Last week, Daredevil Born Again premiered on Disney+. Now, I've already done a full review video where I said I'm not happy with the narrative changes they've chosen to go with, but I'll be thrilled to say I'm wrong if they pivot everything and deliver a satisfying story. Turns out, the ratings for Born Again just came in. It doesn't look like many people are watching. Daredevil Born Again is performing worse than Star Wars The Acolyte. My friends, Disney Plus is vulnerable. The time is now. When I started this channel, I said I would never take corporate sponsors, and I mean that. I take that pretty seriously. We don't ask for super chats. We don't paywall our content. All of our member streams are available on the archive channel for free. If you want to support what we do here and actually get something useful out of it, try our matcha green tea. I love coffee. I've been a coffee drinker for many, many years, but I recently found out that it was exclusively coffee that was causing me really bad acid reflux. Like, I took coffee out of my diet entirely and my heartburn was gone, but I want that caffeine kick. I want the energy to be able to do these videos. And matcha has been an awesome replacement because it's a smooth energy. It's kind of relaxing focus. So I believe in the product and I use it myself, and this is my company. If you want to support me, give that a try. And if not, that's cool too. The content here remains free. Welcome to The Pondering. I am the real-life fake wizard. If this video brings you any value at all, consider subscribing to this channel where we're posting new videos nearly every day. Cancel Disney Plus is the catchphrase of this channel. I started making content because of how much I hated The Acolyte. That show was so offensively bad, it was the final straw for me as a Star Wars fan. Everything Disney did was bad, but The Acolyte was the final nail. And now I'm going to use my voice to tell everyone to not only cancel your subscription to Disney Plus, if you have one, but also that it's time for the rise of the independent creator. It's time for you to use your own creativity to make something new. And if you aren't creative and you have nothing to say, I implore you to encourage others to be creative. Some people, many people, have a desire to be given permission to do things they know they want to do, especially when it's about putting themselves on the line to be creative. There's a whole video topic to be discussed on something like that, but please, encourage the people around you to be creative. Share that message. And we're living in a very interesting reality now. I had truly feared that this Daredevil sequel series was going to have record numbers. I thought that I was going to get a bunch of shill haters in my comments mocking me after Daredevil achieved amazing ratings. My friends, not even the shills are watching this show. If we look at the Illuminate ratings from last week upon the premiere of Daredevil Born Again, it didn't even hit the top 10 in streaming television originals. If we look at the Google search trends, The Acolyte was trending more while it was airing than Daredevil is. And this chart here is based on right now. This is today. Disney reported in 5 days, Born Again collected 7.5 million views across 2 episodes. That's considerably low, especially with the fact this show had a baked-in audience of viewers that would have come over from Netflix. It doesn't look like they're coming over to D+, and God bless them for that. What blows me away is The Acolyte, which by all measures was a complete failure. It cost a fortune, it polarized the audience, it damaged the Star Wars brand even more than it already was damaged, and it still had 11.1 million views in the first 5 days across 2 episodes. That's a direct comparison of 5 days for 2 episodes on Daredevil. I know Star Wars and Marvel aren't the same thing, but Daredevil was insanely respected for its tenure on Netflix. Even to me, this is kind of shocking. And again, I drafted a video that was meant to air before Born Again premiered that basically explained it's not worth your subscription to watch this show because it probably won't be good. It won't live up to the Netflix series that came before it. So far, that was entirely correct, but I didn't air that video with a childlike hope that this show might actually be good. Turns out I didn't need to air that video at all. They're not getting subscriptions for this show. Comparing other Marvel shows, Daredevil is only slightly above Agatha All Along, with a 1.5 million daily view average to Agatha's 1.33 million daily average. Agatha was also deemed a failure. Not enough people watched that show. I did. I watched it. I wish I didn't. Loki Season 2 saw 10.9 million views in the first 3 days, which means it's more than double in views to Born Again. What went wrong? What's going wrong here? Star Wars is one thing, it's being run poorly by a bunch of dopes. This Daredevil show is kind of different, and well, here's why. Even if Marvel is also run by a bunch of dopes, this show is genuinely trying to be a return to form, which is a charged phrase, I know. The Born Again team are actually trying hard to deliver a high quality and satisfying show. So far, I think it's not living up to my expectations, but mostly everyone that does watch it does like it. And yet, it's still not enough. My friends, the title of this video is Disney Plus is Vulnerable. These Daredevil results prove it. They are spending copious amounts of money and not getting the return in views. If you are upset with the quality of video games, movies, television from any and all producers, I mean Warner Brothers, I mean Epic Games, I mean even Square Enix, I mean Disney, I mean everything, everywhere. If you are upset at the state of modern day entertainment, you want Disney Plus to collapse. Let me explain. The entertainment industry is linked tighter than you know. A movie made by Disney is impacted by a video game published by Nintendo, and that may be hard to understand, but look at it through the lens of DC and Marvel films for a moment. Both films are superhero films. One says Superman, the other says Fantastic Four. Are they competing? Yes. Are they released within a similar time window? Yes. But do they also want each other to break $1 billion in sales? Also very much yes. Because when DC wins, it means people are still interested in superheroes. Marvel sells superheroes. When a competitor wins, it means the industry here remains healthy. This is immensely similar to the entertainment industry as a whole. They're all connected. Games are tied to movies. Movies are tied to shows. All of it is tied to journalists and influencers on the same payroll, running defense and promoting everything. And there are some major players in all of this. Pillars of the industry. Disney Plus is a $100 billion investment. It has always been intended to be one of those pillars. And don't take my word for it, Disney CEO Bob Iger described it similarly in his book, The Ride of a Lifetime. Disney Plus cost $100 billion, and when they reported a loss in subscribers just a few weeks ago, Disney's stock price dropped. Today, I'm telling you that a cornerstone show that was shot 2 full times to make sure it was not going to fail is failing. I thought this streaming platform was vulnerable before, but it's truly a hole in the Disney armor. If you want video games to get better, if you want movies to be worth driving to the cinemas for, if you want entertainment companies to start making things for audiences again, then it's time for the audience to fight back. The best way you can do that is canceling your Disney Plus subscription. It's the best way. Tell a friend, tell 2 more. If you don't have it, great. You probably know someone who does. It's the most effective way to repay all these companies who've destroyed every legacy property they've gotten their hands on. It is the only singular pathway ahead to wrestle back control of the free market. You've heard the phrase companies are too big to fail, right? Well, that's not true. No company is too big to fail. Disney isn't. If people stop buying what that company sells, it will collapse. Even if BlackRock Larry gives them more money, it won't be enough to balance out the difference. These corporations need you, but they've instituted a culture where they've made you believe that you're too small to make a difference. That's not true. No company is too big to fail. No company is untouchable. And if the public were to choose actively to cancel their memberships to Disney Plus as a call to action to topple a corrupt corporation, it would ripple across the entire world. Every other company would start making things for audiences again for fear that the public will stop buying their products. It would be a market correction because it would show no amount of hundreds of billions of dollars would be enough to hold down the public customer. It would mean we go back to the way businesses should be conducted. Companies make things for customers. Disney Plus is more vulnerable now than I thought. That's saying something. This is a window of opportunity that will not be open for long. They're doing everything they can right now to close that window. We have time today. Do not waste it. So I call to you now to go out and create, innovate, inspire others to do the same, and for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. Hell yeah.